My beautiful people, my beautiful people, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another lovely episode of the Logical Emotions Podcast / Reactions. It's your dog, your brother, man, your favorite African American, Melly, baby. This episode, man, I want to go over something that I found on YouTube. I was always a fan of the whole thing about cancel culture in itself, right? Wondering why people sit there and dedicate their lives into making other people's lives basically miserable. And so I found this video by a creator by the name of Visual Venture. Shout out to you, family. And I want to react to his or her video, man. So let's get into it. Let's get to the fun, man. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, baby. So let's get to it, man. Show some love. Follow me on Twitch at Melly3. Once we pass 1,000 subs, we're gonna go right back onto Twitch, baby. And follow me on Instagram. MELLVB. All right, let's get to the intro, y'all. Yeah.
To just stop the Oscars. That's an attack to end me.
But the past is relevant with you with underage girls.
Now, understand something. I'm sorry I was stopping so soon, but cancel culture basically is people that just, you did something bad back in the day, they get rid of you off that. I believe in second chances, but it all depends. Like R. Kelly, for example, I don't believe he deserves a second chance. Like when it comes to kids and just like innocent, innocent murder, for example, stuff like that, I'm just like, nah, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Absolutely no, it's not.
Fair. I think
I'm
we
sorry.
Can always hold our.
I'm sorry. You're also putting a hierarchy over who can be offended. Now I'm offended.
The story that was being told about me won, even though it wasn't true.
That's not activism. That's
oh
not
man, shout out to Big J.O. Dude 21 for subbing, even we're not even live. What's up, family? Welcome to the family. Bow. Much love, brother. Much love. Ooh, I like this so far. Ooh, I like how this is.
So I wanted to start this documentary by defining the term cancel culture. It's the practice of publicly rejecting, boycotting, or ending support for people because of their morally unacceptable views or actions. Basically, it's a modern form of ostracism, which means to exclude or banish from a group or society, which dates back to ancient Greece.
This is Sparta!
Or like outcasts.
Athenian leader Cleisthenes created the punishment of banishing people to prevent a single person from becoming a tyrant.
Saddam Hussein's pride.
Ooh. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna move myself. Sorry, it's from the last video. I apologize. Move myself a little bit.
Joseph Stalin dominated the Soviet Union.
The way they would do this is similar to our modern day elections, only no one wants to win this one. Citizens of Athens would write the name of their candidate on a piece of pottery. 6,000 votes would be cast, and the person with the largest number of votes would be banished for 10 years. If they refused, they were sentenced to death.
Damn!
But here's the kicker. When they came back after their time was served, it was as if nothing ever happened. Their citizenship was still theirs, and the people of Athens welcomed them back with open arms. I don't know if the same can be said about cancel culture today.
It's kind of crazy, because you can cancel somebody just because you don't agree with them off like a simple opinion on something. You know what I mean? People have gotten way to the point today that they believe that their beliefs, their opinion means more than yours, instead of just understanding that we could have separate opinions and we could both respect and still care for each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that there are ways that someone can change and grow to a degree. I believe people can grow. I believe people can change. Absolutely. There's certain things, obviously, that it's kind of difficult to do so. But if they are showing growth and change, why not give them a second chance? But at the same time, if they're not showing growth and they're still being themselves, or they're hiding it, and there's news coming out that they're still doing this and there's actual proof, for example, then I understand why they cancel the individual. Number one, he did something that was disgusting, or her. And then at the same time, lied about it, kept doing it. So I understand that point of view. I understand that.
Now, the term cancel culture is
I feel like that would be more
everywhere.
important for that.
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
But then again, it's like, who are you to do that? Who are you? Who do you think you are that you deserve to have that power to cancel people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
It's in the wrong hands.
Cancel culture.
It first started roughly around 2017 after the idea of canceling celebrities for problematic behavior became popular. Merriam-Webster correlated the rise of cancel culture with the Me Too movement.
Hi, my name's Tarana Bird, and I'm the founder of the Me Too movement.
Thousands of women are using 2 words on social media to identify themselves as survivors of sexual harassment and assault.
This is global.
Then, it gained more steam. Google Trends show that there was almost no search for the phrase cancel culture until 2018.
Yo, this is a great edited video, by the way. Shout out to you, family.
Soon after, celebrities including Taylor Swift and Kanye West were being canceled. Writer Jonah Bromwich explained that almost everyone worth knowing has been canceled by someone. And finally, the best definition of canceled was posted on Urban Dictionary.
You know, you could just not.
Cancel culture started as a means
support
to
the person, right?
Who've done regrettable things. Then what's so bad about it?
Can you imagine how privileged you gotta be, dog, to want to cancel somebody because they might have said something that you just don't like? Like, not something that's even damaging to other people, to another community, nothing like that. No. Something that they just don't, that you just didn't like that they said. Like, something that's not that deep, and they was just like, oh, no, and just boom, go crazy. Like, that's insane to me, bro. I think that's absolutely insane. Like, you have to be very, very, you have to feel very entitled to do something like that. You have to have a lot of time to sit there and go on the internet and make up, because I know people make up false stories and all. Bro, I heard some crazy things, man. This is the thing. Who deserves to be canceled?
A young boy, R. Kelly, is accused of abusing.
That's one person that deserves to be canceled.
Outside of Sony Music headquarters in
New
York.
Comedian and actor Kevin Hart is stepping down from his duties.
I have made the choice to step down from hosting this year's Oscars.
Been apologize for your tweets of old. We're going to have to move on and find another host.
What'd he do?
Not me, I'm fighting for my life.
There are 2 cases I want to bring up. Let's take a look at the timeline of R. Kelly's demise. In 1994, he married Aaliyah. The catch? He was 27 and Aaliyah was 15 years old, but faked being 18 on the wedding certificate. In 2002...
Yeah, I'll tell you a quick story, man, because this right here was weird to me. That's how I always felt. When I was younger, I dated a girl, the youngest I dated a girl was 2 years younger than me. I was fresh into college, right? And I was 17 turning 18. And she was 16 turning 17, right? But she was just getting into being in her 12th grade. And I felt weird. I felt weird dating her. She was cool peoples, but it just felt weird of just being in college and then that. And then that in itself, it felt weird to me. And then I seen friends of mine that was dating people that were like 5 years younger, 6 years younger. And I was like, yo, bro, that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm sorry, that's not the worst. I dated a girl that was 2 years younger than me. And that was weird to me too. Wasn't a fan of that. Wasn't a fan. I had to stop it early because I just felt weird. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to this kind of thing, I'm like, ugh. I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not. And this is when I was like 19. I dated a girl that was 17. I felt weird, bro. I felt weird, man. So I had to drop it off her. I dated that girl for like 2 months. And I was like, she hated me though. But I told her, I was like, yo, I feel really weird. I don't really feel right dating you. What was that in the third? So she hated my guts. But I told her respectfully, you know, I didn't want to lead her on. That's mean, you know.
He had 2 other court cases which involved illegal acts with minors, and the cases were settled with R. Kelly paying a lot of money to cover them up. In the same year, he was charged with 13 counts of producing illegal child videos, although there wasn't enough evidence to find him guilty.
He was bugging, bro.
The lawyer who represented several of his victims explained that of all the predators I have pursued, R. Kelly is the worst. Finally, in 2018, R. Kelly was canceled. #mute R. Kelly. Now let's take a look at the second case.
How you doing, Kevin? How are you, big guy?
Before we get to Kevin Hart, let me ask you a question. Can we separate the artist from the art? Because this is one of the big things I've always said to people. Because I think we can personally, but the issue is, and I do understand this too, people, when they listen to these artists, it reminds them of, when they listen to the art, it reminds them of the artist and what they've done. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand why someone would not listen to R. Kelly, for an example. Me, I still listen to R. Kelly. Do I support him to, like, as a human being and what he is? No, I don't. But his music is still amazing, and I grew up with his music. Do I still feel weird when I hear sometimes? I do. I'm like, oh, bro. This nigga, but I'm separating the artist from the art. And I feel as if that people shouldn't be criticized for that as well, too. I don't really see the problem with it personally, but I do understand. I mean, I don't see the problem, but then I do understand if someone has a problem with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I get it. But just me personally, I'm just like, you know, I'm listening to it here and there. I don't listen to it as much as I used to anymore, but I listen to it here and there because he's still a great artist. He's just a fucking weirdo. So, an absolute weirdo.
All right, Kev, you're the man.
In July of 2009, Kevin Hart sent out a series of tweets
somebody plays it, I'm
homosexuality.
gonna tap my feet and I'm gonna sing along here and there, but I'm not really playing it like that.
In December of 2018, Kevin Hart was announced as the Oscars host. Within hours, Twitter users began reposting Kevin's old tweets and jokes, saying that he never apologized for them, therefore should not be allowed to host.
Wait, what?
Saying that he never apologized for them, therefore should not be allowed to host the Oscars. Articles upon articles were being formed about Kevin being homophobic and unwilling to apologize for it.
Slammed for comments he made to Lil Nas X on rapper coming out as gay. Kevin Hart didn't learn from past clear why they set Lil Nas X up like that. One Twitter.
On that note, Kevin Hart stepped down from hosting the Oscars and proceeded to apologize. And apologize.
I don't know what he did.
I had to address it when I did Get Hard promo with Will Ferrell because of my joke that I had about my son.
And apologize.
I had to address those tweets in 2012.
And apologize.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. If he made a joke that offended people, obviously, right? Me personally, I feel like if you're I grew up back in the day. I feel like if you're a comedian, you can make jokes, and I understand because we were taught to have tough skin. I get that. We live in a day and age now. Everybody is very soft. Everybody feels like their opinion matters more than anybody. That's just facts, bro. People are offended by any and or everything. It's crazy ridiculous. And this is how it's always been. Comedians have always made fun of everybody. Everybody of all sexes, races, walks, and everything. And usually, what we were taught when we were younger, if we don't like something, we just don't watch it. That's all. You can't get mad at someone that's making a joke about you and then make it seem like it's just all about you when they've made jokes about everybody. That's that entitled behavior that I'm talking about. And everyone, for some reason nowadays, is like that. Everyone feels as if that when someone makes a joke about, let's say, just someone in the community, for an example, they think it's all about just them and that's it and nothing matters. It's just about them. And I'm speaking about everybody because it could be about people my race, the next race, the sex, whatever it may be. I've seen it, heard it many different times. Oh, I don't rock with him because he made this joke about, or her, she made a joke about blah. I'm just like, bro, it's a joke, bro. You know how many jokes we used to crack on each other about our moms and just all kind of stuff, bro. So it's just always fascinating to me when I see people just not like it and then try to cancel the person for it because they don't like something, they want to cancel it. I'm just like, dog, so you're gonna ruin this person's life because you didn't like a joke, for an example. I think that's very weird. I think you're very strange. I think you're a very lonely individual if that's what your mind comes to when things like of this nature happens. It also lets me know that you're a weak person too, because you understand that you have the power of the internet. And without that power of the internet, you don't have any power at all. When you have to hide behind a screen usually to enforce power, you're usually not the strongest individual. Mentally as well. Mentally or physically. You know, I mean, of course, we're talking about hackers and everything, but that's beside the point. But in this situation right here, I just think it's very odd because Kevin Hart apologized. And if it was something that was actually like, you know, like really, really hurtful to the LGBT community, of course, apologize. Okay, whatever, fine. you know, and if they continue to want them to apologize, is when I'm gonna be like, yeah, y'all bugging. I apologize. I am sorry. You still wanna? He's going he went on an apology tour. That's ridiculous.
Haven't apologized.
That's ridiculous.
This is not the first time this has come up. I've addressed it.
It's onion, so no matter how many times you keep peeling it, there is no end to it.
More people getting offended, more people getting offended, more people getting offended.
Did Kevin Hart
it just keeps happening.
That backlash just as much as R. Kelly did?
No.
One problem with cancel culture is that it cannot be monitored.
Like R. Kelly.
In a criminal justice system, the aim is to judge a crime fairly and create a punishment that matches the crime. And while it's not perfect, when you compare that to cancel culture, I think the point is clear. The crime doesn't usually match the punishment.
At all, man.
I'm not saying that Kevin Hart has never been at fault. He said things he regrets, but he's learned from them. He has rebuilt his reputation and vowed to never make those jokes again. My friends, some of the best lessons we ever learn, we learn from our mistakes.
Absolutely.
But does cancel culture allow us to do that?
Nope.
I want to apologize to the internet.
I owe you an apology.
I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry.
Sorry for anybody who I've ever offended.
He's crazy. He is crazy. Oh my God, I remember him. Oh, he's crazy.
I apologize so deeply.
I want to make this
She's crazy. He was weird.
Grow and mature.
Don't know who that is. I remember some of these stories too, though, but some of them oof. Like Trisha. Nah, bro, she was on some weird stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Who are they to tell me what I can and can't do?
I mean, we're better to hear different ideas and argue.
As the cultural shift toward political correctness has swept through our society, the expectation for us now is to be socially aware. People broadcast their every thought, and we hold people accountable for what they say online, but it doesn't really work that way. The main issue with cancel culture is that it does not allow people to learn from their mistakes. Individuals are more often than not shunned and no longer supported, no matter the apology. But as humans, we need to make mistakes to grow. In a recent study, Gabriela Stoya looked at math classrooms to consider the impact of mistake-friendly versus mistake-unfriendly environments. They found that when students perceived their classroom as accepting of mistakes, they worked harder. But in a mistake-unfriendly environment, they just felt fear.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we can all agree that if someone does something unacceptable, they should be held accountable.
Absolutely.
But at this point, there's a fine line between accountability and bullying. What's disturbing about canceling is that it allows people to hide behind a screen and openly humiliate a person with the support of thousands or sometimes even millions.
See what I'm saying?
12-year-old classmate.
Hurt people, bro. And that's one of the main problems. We are in a society where there are too many weak people, male and female. So the thing is, when you give a weak person that has never had a sense of power, a little bit of power, they will stretch it for the beginning. And if you allow them to stretch it for the beginning, they will continue to do so and be destructive. That is what is going to happen. That's what always happens. We have seen it before in regular life. We've seen it in movies. Movies get it from something. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it myself. I've seen people who went from getting bullied to learning combat, and they end up bullying the people bullying them, and then they end up bullying more weak people. Then they end up starting to actually bully weak people because they love it. It's the feeling of the fact that I can dominate you. I can change your day. I can change your well-being. But in this case with cancel culture, I can change your whole life with the help of millions of people that are just like me. And these weak individuals, they will continue to do that. Especially in this society nowadays where we do not allow accountability. We do not allow accountability. We can't tell anyone no. We can't tell people that they're wrong. We can't tell people that they feel a certain way, because of their own insecurities that they have to fix, that they have to figure out. That's one of the biggest problems nowadays. Everyone feels as if they are special, and everyone feels as if their voices should be heard. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone's voices should be heard. Why do I say that? Because a lot of people who have things to say usually are not saying it for the greater good. They're not saying it for the greater good of all. They're saying it to get probably something that they themselves want, while shadowing or putting a veil up to look as if they're doing things for the greater good. That's why I say that. You have to be careful of these wolves in sheep's clothing. Seriously.
Jumped to her death a month ago. A sheriff in Florida has arrested 2 girls ages 12 and 14 on felony charges of aggravated stalking in a case of cyberbullying.
Here's the summarized definition of cyberbullying according to stopbullying.gov. It takes place over digital devices and can occur on social media and forums. It includes posting harmful or false content about someone causing humiliation. If you ask me, that sounds pretty close to canceling.
When people say, I hope you die, somebody should kill your family, it is online bullying.
Bullying is an emotional response, not a logical one. When you're angry, you post these hurtful things and encourage others to take action on it too. It violates the principle that our justice system is built upon, innocent until proven guilty. But the difference between bullying and canceling is that people who cancel others believe that they're doing the right thing. They stand up for the injustices they see on social media and don't even question if it's real or fake, or if it's something they even fully understand. Because if it's on the internet, then it must be true, and you shouldn't question it. Right?
Fake news. We live in a fake world points out.
You are fake news.
Misinformation.
Misinformation.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Yo, Trump was wild, bro, but he was
The perfect
hilarious.
hotel is
He was
a myth,
hilarious,
like
bro.
Bigfoot or monogamy. Yet Hotels.com says they can find.
Here we go. This is what I wanted to listen to more about.
In
All the
1951,
lies.
students of Swarthmore College participated in an interesting experiment. Students were asked to complete a seemingly easy task. Each person in the room had to say out loud which comparison line was most like the target line. But the catch was, everyone in the room was in on the experiment except for the last person. The answer was obvious, but the people in on the experiment would always choose the wrong line. So what did the real participants do?
Definitely C.
C.
After 12 trials,
Wow.
75% of real participants conformed to the group and at least once gave the wrong
Sheep mentality. Sheep mentality. Yep. Just like on Twitter, just like on TikTok.
answer. And in the control
Giving
group, with
misinformation.
no pressure to conform, only less than 1% of participants gave the wrong answer.
Crazy.
Conformity is ingrained
Crazy.
in our human nature. In order to survive, we must live in a community. But what's different about our current generations is that we are not just connected to a small community, but now the entire world through social media. Bad news spreads like wildfire, but as we've seen in the study, it spreads even if it's fake.
He's a professor at Evergreen State, and he called the race-based demand, quote, a show of force and an act of oppression.
Read your letter, and your letter didn't sound racist at all. It sounded very well thought out. The inflammatory response to your letter was so disturbing and shocking.
The administrators sided with the protesters, even though they knew full well there was no evidence of racism.
I was pursued as if I had said something egregious, allowed the world to see that this isn't about guilt at all. It's about power.
You see this happen in the incident of Evergreen State University's professor Brett Weinstein. He made national headlines for being racist.
It's a nice last name.
I did not. I did not.
Once a year, this university allows students of color to take a day of absence. But this time, it was flipped. Rather than telling people of color to stay away for the day, they told white people to stay away for the day. Weinstein didn't believe in this flip, so he wrote a letter against the new policy.
I don't believe in that
Because
either.
of this, 50 students showed up to his class protesting that he was racist.
One's right to speak or to be must never be based on skin color. One's right to speak or to be must never
Bearded man with his hands on his head is Brett Weinstein.
But they were wrong.
They imagine that I am a racist and that I am teaching racism in the classroom.
The story that was being told about me, in the end, won, even though it wasn't true.
His intentions were actually to help the cause because he felt that the former option of allowing students of color to stay away for the day had a more powerful impact. But at that point, no one would listen. The videos went viral, and after being professor for 14 years with not a single incident of racism, he was forced to leave.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. After one incident? So what happens when it was proven that they were wrong?
This is just one of the thousands of...
That's the thing too I notice a lot too about cancel culture, bro. They'll be wrong about this shit a good amount of time, get them canceled, and nothing happens to the people that got him canceled, him or her canceled. They lose their job, they lose this, they lose that. And then when they're proven to be, when cancel culture is proven to be wrong, the individual, the victim, can't go back. They can't get that love back. They can't get the money. They can't get the opportunities back. I remember because I used to ask my peoples about that because they work for social media, and I was like, bro, that's unfair. That's super unfair. Because now their lives are ruined. Those people are doing whatever the hell they want to do, and that's it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Stories you can find online. There are millions of people who stand up for something they believe is moral, but in reality, they're misinformed. This is the problem of mob mentality. When animals in herds are in a dangerous situation, they band closely together in a group. They go into panic mode and move together as one unit. It's unusual for a member of the herd to stray away. For humans, when herd behavior sets in, an individual's opinion-forming process is shut down as he or she automatically follows the group's behavior.
Like
and
I said,
Benjamin Franklin once said,
sheep mentality.
If everyone is thinking alike, then no one is thinking.
This is a very good video. Gen Z, don't let cancel culture be our legacy. Yep.
If someone somewhere in the world will find what you say offensive, so what?
Yeah,
who cares?
It's going to happen.
A little joke that's misunderstood and their life is ruined and they get fired from their job. That's awful.
I have no interest in gender or race or anything like that, but everyone else is kind of calculating, is this the exact right mix? To me, it's anti-comedy.
Imagine women and doctors being...
You gotta understand, bro. Can you imagine someone being just that offended off anything?
Because Colin Schmidt supports
that offended.
Politicians criminalize all abortions. Colin Schmidt, a disaster for New York.
What do you guys think about that, man? Have you ever been in a situation where someone was being so sensitive about something that was not that deep? Let me know in the comment section down below.
And with it,
I love Tosh. I love this dude, bro. I hope he's doing good.
The limit that someone can joke about is becoming more restricting. Comedy, whether that be stand-up or a Netflix special, requires freedom and flexibility. A comedian has two jobs: telling fantastic jokes and filling the audience with joy. If they worry about every little detail of a joke they make, they'll fail to be genuine.
Yep.
One of the best parts of stand-up is its improvisation.
Hello! I'm your waiter. My last name's Ryan.
What took you so long?
Don't you understand? We need some food at the table fast! No!
And the beauty of improv gets taken away if people feel that they're walking on eggshells.
Eggshells, yep.
When we take a step back and see the bigger picture, our entire generation is changing. Generation Z, those ages 9 to 24, represent 1 in 5 US residents. But there's a subsection of Generation Z that's one of the most powerful and influential groups today. They're called iGen. So what makes iGen so powerful? Well, iGen stands for Internet Generation.
What do you think about people who have anxiety and panic attacks? Oh, you have anxiety and panic attacks? Like anything else, the more you go through it, the easier it tends to become.
And that's the thing too, I was gonna say, everybody has a problem all of a sudden. Everybody has, like, let me tell you something. I have crazy PTSD. Crazy, but I don't sit here and say it all the time. Unless we talk about issues like this, for example. Then I'll talk about it. I have night terrors to the point that I can't even explain to y'all sometimes what I see. It's bad. There was one time that I woke up. I didn't wake up. Yeah, actually, I did wake up. I woke up and I had my hands around my mother's throat. That's how bad it was. I'm in therapy right now, and I advise anybody else that's going through it to have therapy as well too. The things that I did in the past, I needed therapy. You understand what I'm saying? There are people, again, I'm not saying everybody's like this, but there are people that are pretending to have problems just to gain sympathy, just to get attention from people of just like, oh my goodness, are you okay? There are people out here dead ass like that. Seriously. And it's absolutely horrendous. It's horrendous, bro. Like, I'm sitting here just like, dog, you don't understand how terrible it is for me to sleep at night? You understand how terrible it is for me to just have a regular day for myself sometimes, bro? How depression hits at me sometimes. I'll be having a time of my life at a party, bro, and depression will hit me just like that. Excuse me, and I can't do nothing about it. It just hit me, and I go right down the dark hole. And I see a lot of these people who sit here and talk about how sad their life is and how this, that, and the third. And I'm not saying none of that. I love my life, my girl, my family, everything. I am blessed. But these people will be more blessed than I am and sit there and say things about their problems, this, that, and third. And I'm trying to investigate and say, oh, maybe it's in the household, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And then I'm figuring out they just lying. They're just lying to get attention. And I'm like, wow, bro. Attention really is a drug. It's insane, bro. Insane.
Keep putting your next foot in front of, your feet forward. That's life.
And that's,
and that's
true.
Usually how it goes.
Yeah.
You can't expect everybody to just completely understand
as
it,
one
and
go.
I don't either. Acknowledging that is the most important thing. Encouraging these people that you care about to actually seek real treatment is something that I would promote for anyone.
Yes, therapy. Always talk to someone that you actually trust. You know what I'm saying? As well as that too. That's one of my big goals, to eventually open up an agency where we can help people and put people in the right direction of what they want to do as their purpose in life. That is the goal of this channel in totality, to eventually meet people that can help us get there. You know what I'm saying? That's the full and truly goal. Promise to God by that. Like, if y'all don't know, I'll show y'all a little something. Like, y'all don't know, I have this on my arm. I don't know if you can see it really, but I have peace and love on my arm. That's to always let people that don't know me understand too that I'm serious about this, and I'll die by this and what I stand for, to help people. I'm serious, and I understand wolves. I understand wolves. I know wolves. Believe me, I do. So I try to make sure that I can help people not get destroyed by them in sheep's clothing, or just get truly brainwashed and whatnot, to be used and abused. You know what I'm saying? To be able to talk to y'all in the community that do need help and just have questions or anything, concerns that you might be going through. Understand, I am here for you 1000%. If you're not subbed or subbed, don't care. You need help, I'm here to help you. Straight up.
They, along with young millennials, are the most organized groups on social media. They have the potential to disrupt political and social processes, and even have the ability to move the stock market.
Yeah, this was crazy. This was crazy.
Receiving their mobile devices around the age of 10, they're the first generation to be born into our connected world where social media and screens are the norm. They're digital natives. Online communication is not something they had to learn. It always surrounded them, and they relate better to mass media than any other generation. Together, their voices are powerful, and I want to make a request to the Gen Zers and millennials out there, including myself. Don't let cancel culture be your legacy. former President Obama warned our generation against the dangers of cancel culture. He explained that people are going overboard, condemning others all the time. Ex-President Donald Trump described something similar. The goal of cancel culture is to make decent Americans live in fear of being fired, expelled, humiliated, and driven out of society as we know it. If we want to do good for our generation, let's not start with bullying, but rather with a conversation. To hold people accountable for their actions, but not push them to the brink of ending their own lives for mistakes they have already learned from. If you want to make a change in the world, that change starts with no one else but you. Now go make the world a better place. Visual Venture.
Great video, my brother. Great video, man. Shout out to Visual Venture, bro. Listen, man. We got to react to more videos because he did a phenomenal job. I love what he did on this video, dog. I really, truly do, man. But he's absolutely right, man. We got to be careful, bro. Understand the power that we do have. For those that do understand the internet technology and everything, how we do, we got to understand the powers that we have. As a great man said, Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility, baby. And a lot of y'all don't understand that, because a lot of y'all either never had power or y'all just have always had power and just are just greedy as hell with it, man. We got to be wary of things, bro. Everybody deserves a second chance to a degree. It all depends on what it is, of course. Like I always said to myself, like, I love the fact that people are getting exposed, racists are getting exposed, sexist individuals, men and women are getting exposed. I love all that, but the thing of it becomes, I don't want their whole lives to be ruined, because there still is room for improvement. There is room for forgiveness. There is room for becoming a better individual, a better human being. You know what I'm saying? So I never was a fan of someone just off that hip losing their job, boom. Unless they're physically harming somebody or putting someone in danger, then I kind of understand that, of course. That's a whole different thing then. If you're harming somebody physically or mentally, I believe that you gotta get whatever's coming to you. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all gotta do me a big favor, man. Sub to Visual Venture, bro. Sub to your boy Melly, man. I see a lot of y'all are subbing now, man. I love to see it. It's going up, man. It's excellent. On the road to 1,000 subs, man. Visual Venture, you did a phenomenal job, family. I will definitely react to more of your videos, bro. That video production, chef's kiss, my brother. Chef's fucking kiss. All right. Now, let's have more conversations, baby. Let's have more big brains. Let's do it all, bro. I'm always ready to learn, man. Any videos y'all recommend to your boy, let me know, man. I love to get to it, man. And I'm trying to get this light to do better, because you can't see it, but my girl, she bought me a Melly, a custom made light. I'm so grateful for that woman. Y'all have no idea, man. Oh man, it's excellence. And it's late. She's sleeping right now with our dog and everything. I'm gonna have some pasta and go to bed. You feel me? It's your boy Melly, man. Signing out, man. And per usual, peace, love, and keep that drip immaculate at all times, baby. Stay easy, breezy, beautiful, sexy, amazing, awesome, elegant, healthy. But most importantly, drink water, my friends. Love and appreciate y'all forever, y'all. Peace to y'all. Bow. See y'all next time. Peace. Yee.